Technology may have advanced, but humanity never changes. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Cyberpunk Anime.
It's like they were messing around inside my head.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the anime that primarily exist in or heavily borrow inspiration from the sci-fi subgenre known as cyberpunk. Number 10, Bubblegum Crisis franchise. It may be a little cheesy by today's standards, and the English dub has gone down as one of the dodgiest of the lot, but looking back at this show, we're quite surprised by its quality. Battling against cybernetic lifeforms and a wicked megacorporation, a group of female mercenaries utilize advanced tech in order to save the day. And that's often via smashing some heads.
Run, you idiot!
You can practically feel the Blade Runner vibes at the very first frame. Number 9, Blame. This Netflix remake gets bonus points for not only giving us an apocalyptic thriller, but for also striking the right balance between typical animation and CGI, painting a bleak portrait of a world where human beings are on the verge of extinction.
We're willing to risk it. We're coming along with you.
In order to give their species a chance at survival, two strangers take on the daring task of finding a way to the heart of the ever-expanding city, all the while trying not to get massacred by those creepy as hell silicon creatures. Number 8, Armored Trooper Votoms franchise. Giant robots may be at the front and center of the show, but when it comes to the dark side of combat, politics, and conspiracy, Votoms more than excels. During a period of unease between two factions, our grizzled protagonist Chirico finds himself unknowingly part of a dubious plot to steal secrets, only to be abandoned and left for dead. With both sides now after his head, his only option is to hunt down the truth and wreck a whole lot of shit. Number 7, Serial Experiments Lain. Talk about depressing. Due to the isolation felt both at school and with her family, teenager Lain already leads an introverted and socially awkward lifestyle. Things, however, soon take a dark twist when she discovers the existence of a virtual world known as the Wired, a place where humans abandon their flesh and apparently find absolute happiness. Of course, we all know that any kind of World Wide Web contains some pretty messed up stuff, and perhaps the same could be said for the Wired. Number 6, Ergo Proxy.
A boring paradise.
A running theme throughout all great cyberpunk series is a line that separated humans from their artificial counterparts, with said line slowly blurring. Ergo Proxy is no exception in this regard, focusing on Inspector Riel as she investigates several murders committed by the subservient auto-rave androids, only to find that, surprise surprise, not everything is as it appears.
Those marks we found weren't left by an auto-rave.
Yesterday? What are you talking about?
This leads her to try to uncover the truth about the mysterious proxies and who is really pulling the strings.
You saw the monster. The proxy. You know.
Proxy. Number 5, Techhnolyze. One disheveled city, 3 warring factions, a whole lot of messed up people. This is not the kind of future where happy endings exist, with the three groups each eager to tear the other apart in hopes of controlling the remains of the City of Lux. A cast of broken souls do what they can in order to survive the hostile terrain.
You! Get out of my way!
Dripping with neo-noir motifs as well as plenty of violence, this slow burner is sure to tick a lot of boxes for fans of weaving narratives and symbolic settings. Number 4, Psychopaths.
The guys you're about to meet, don't think of them as human beings.
A dystopian future where humans have traded individuality for safety, this anime is a masterclass at painting a picture of the dark consequences that come with suppressing free will. As Akane and her partner Kogami find themselves pursuing those who pose a threat to the Sybil system, they discover how this new way of life still finds a way to create monsters and victims out of everyone.
Crime coefficient 48. No enforcement action required. Trigger will remain locked.
The action scenes are awesome, the mysteries are wholly engrossing, and it's clear that despite having a stellar villain, there are no clear lines between good and evil in a false utopia like this.
But a word to the wise.
Whatever you do, just make sure you don't screw up.
Number 3, Cowboy Bebop.
You don't give up, do you?
Now, normally Spike and Company would easily make the top of our list. The only reason they didn't this time is because Cowboy Bebop is such a perfect mesh of genres, it's hard to consider it a pure cyberpunk anime. As the space cowboy tracks down bounties and deals with the horrors of his past, we're treated to a spectacular interpretation of what interstellar travel and colonization could look like. It's a must-watch, but you already knew that.
Yeah, I know the whole sad story.
Number 2, Akira.
How do you like that? Huh?
Look no further than Neo Tokyo if you want to have a glimpse at quintessential cyberpunk. You have gang warfare, extreme inequality, teenagers riding around on motorcycles shooting laser rifles, and of course, the occasional psychic monstrosity. While Tetsuo's powers certainly make something of a leap to fantasy, it's the portrayal of the world that both he and Kaneda inhabit that highlights what makes Akira special. Beautiful and barbaric in equal measure, it's no wonder that this is seen as a landmark anime.
Discipline! 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 Dismissed!
Number 1, Ghost in the Shell franchise. This series of films and animated shows each offer a sci-fi experience that few have ever managed to duplicate. While the narratives tend to focus on Major Kusanagi's various investigations onto cybercriminals and terrorists, they also do a magnificent job of putting a spotlight on subjects such as gender, singularity, and what it means to be human.
Something's out of the ordinary, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Right, Chief?
Whether you love the original or think the later entries perfected the formula, the face of all great cyberpunk anime is that of the Major.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.